McCoy, welcome to Front Doors News. In studio today, we are here with Patricia Klahr, who represents one of the most important domestic violence shelters in Arizona, Chrysalis. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it. It's so kind of you to think about us.
Now, Chrysalis has been around for, I think, over 30 years?
We're going on our 33rd year.
Congratulations.
I know, right? It's so cool.
How many people do you serve every year?
We serve anywhere from 1,200 to 1,400 people annually in all of our different programs. And so that's just people, and then the amount of services that we provide is tens of thousands.
Right. Well, you know, it's interesting because domestic violence is one of those issues that I think everyone has at least come across at some point in their life. I don't know what the stats are, but I think it was like 1 in 3.
Statistics show that 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 women will find themselves in an abusive situation at some point in their lives. That really is an unacceptable figure. So many people think that abuse is just physical,
right? And
it's not. It is so much more than that. And the physical is the most obvious, but it's the emotional, the sexual, the financial, the spiritual abuse. All that plays a factor in it.
Right.
And abuse is not just about women being a victim. Men can also be a victim, and 1 in 7 men are going to find themselves in an abusive situation at some point in their lives. We actually serve male victims in our shelter, and you know, I have to tell you, I thought that it probably would be a very low number, and while it still is low, it's much higher than I thought. About 12% of our residents are men. We have men and their families staying in our transitional housing as well. And so one of the things that I think is really cool about Chrysalis is that we embrace the entire family unit.
Okay.
We don't limit ourselves. We're very inclusive.
Right, so it's not just, you know, a mother and her daughter, or just a mother, or just a single woman. I mean, it's a whole family.
It's a whole family. It can be an individual, it can be a family with 3, 4 kids, it can be somebody from Phoenix, it can be somebody from Scottsdale.
Right.
And that's just shelter, but we also provide a lot of other services as well.
Well, I have to say, I was at your shelter last year, and I was very impressed because I think a lot of times when people think of going to a shelter, they think, you know, they don't have a very glamorous image in their head of what that's like, and I think it's a very scary thing just making that first step to go and to get help.
Right.
But it was actually quite a beautiful facility. When
we built the shelter, the new shelter, we wanted it to be a home-like environment, and that's the part that's so nice is that it really is that, and people get along really well because now they have individual beds versus bunk beds and having to sleep above one another or below one another, and that can really that's difficult for somebody in their psyche, especially when they're leaving an abusive situation. And so we are very blessed from our funders from City of Phoenix to be able to have that shelter.
It's amazing what you do.
Thank you.
It truly is. And you know, one of the things I just want to mention real quick before we wrap it up is on your website. I mean, if there's somebody who thinks that maybe they're going through a domestic violence situation, that you actually have it's like a safety plan. So to speak, where they can go and they can kind of create, you know, if that is the situation that they find themselves in, they have, you know, options.
Well, and I think the important thing to keep in mind is that when somebody is getting ready to leave, like right at that moment, that is the most dangerous time for a person. So it's important to take a step back and prepare for things that you may need so that when you do leave, you can leave cleanly. So you
thought of everything.
You want to have an extra set of keys. You want to have toys for your children. You want to have bank accounts. You want to have immunization records.
I mean, it was a very detailed document, and so there were things on there where I thought, wow, I mean, if you find yourself in that situation, you know, those are things you just need to have in place.
And you hide them away, and when the time is ready, you just need to pick up that suitcase, that pillowcase, whatever, and
move into action. Well, if anybody wants more information, what is your website?
Our website is noabuse.org.
Okay.
And the phone number is 602 955-9059. But I'm also going to give you give the shelter number, and that's 602-944-4999, and we're there 24 hours a day, and you can call just to talk to somebody.
Okay.
It's not about fleeing, it's about just, I need some help. I need to just talk to somebody, and we will help you.
Well, it's really amazing work that you do, and we support you. So
thank you. You have been wonderful.
Thanks for joining us.
All right, take care. Thank you.